News just coming in at the top of 1 p.m. We've just received news from the Supreme Court. It's a big and massive blow for the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. The Supreme Court has put a stay on the release of the convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. The court has issued a notice to the Tamil Nadu government. That's the latest coming out from the Supreme Court as we speak. The Supreme Court has also sought a reply from Jayalalitha's government within 2 weeks on that notice of theirs. Remember, just a few hours ago, the centre had moved the Supreme Court against Jayalalitha's decision, her cabinet's decision to release all 7 convicts who were charged in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. Well, she wanted them to walk free, but the Supreme Court ruling has prevailed now. And as far as these convicts are concerned and Jayalalitha's decision is concerned, there's been a stay put on Jayalalitha's move. Jaskirat Singh Bawa joins me live from outside the Supreme Court. Jaskirat, you were there when that hearing took place. Take us through the details.
Well, the centre, represented by the Solicitor General, convinced the Supreme Court that there is a procedural lapse in this particular matter. While the Supreme Court didn't entirely agree to that, but they have issued notices to the Tamil Nadu government to, seeking its response within 2 weeks about the question about the procedure followed while taking a decision. The Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice of India observed the fact that his judgment with regards to the commutation of that sentence to life imprisonment for the Rajiv Gandhi assassins came out in public domain by 5 p.m. and the decision was taken within 12 hours or so by the Tamil Nadu government. So he wants to understand from the Tamil Nadu government what was the procedure followed while taking the decision to release them from prison, asking the Tamil Nadu government to maintain a status quo, which effectively means that these people will not be getting out of prison, that no decisions on those lines shall be taken until and unless the Supreme Court is able to understand what is the procedure followed. The centre, reiterating the stand that was mentioned by the Prime Minister earlier today, says it was a legally untenable move and that the procedures were not followed because the central government should have been taken into consultation while deciding upon the release, and that a timeline that was given by the Tamil Nadu government of 3 days was not an acceptable timeline.
Yes,
for
so
the central government.
did it come down to section 432 of the CRPC versus 435?
But those are the sections, and that is a debate that the centre is actually looking to get into with the Tamil Nadu government. So what we can expect right now is it wasn't a very comprehensive hearing today. It is only an initial hearing to apprise the Supreme Court about the situation. So Tamil Nadu government will be putting in their official response once they are filing the response to this particular move by the central government. But yes, amongst other things, apart from highlighting that there have been procedural lapses, there is an indication that there will be contentious issues about the CRPC, about 432 and 435 being brought in over here.
So it seems because this case was tried under the withdrawn TADA as well as the CBI, that the central government has to be a part of this decision, despite the Supreme Court asking Jayalalitha and the Tamil Nadu government to take the next step after the hearing that took place where they had commuted that death sentence to life.
Well, the Tamil Nadu government has been maintaining that they can consult, but they don't really need to concur with the central government as far as their opinion on this matter is concerned. But then again, there's a question about the timeline, suggesting that within 3 days take a decision, or we are going to go ahead with it in any case. That's another major contentious issue for the central government over here, the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice of India is now considered serious of the matter. Apart from that, he did not say anything or observe anything on the matter of the review petitions, which is also a contention of the central government, saying that there are 2 review petitions which they are actually working on. The minister said, Kapil Sibal, law minister, said that they're going to be filing it today, but
yes,
we are learning from the offices of the Attorney General that the team is actually working on it. They're not sure when they can actually file it, but they will be filing it, and the central government wanted the Supreme Court not to allow for the release until and unless the review petition is decided upon. Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice Satya Sarvam refused to make any observations on that and kept that matter aside for the timing, only asking the Tamil Nadu government to maintain a status quo and not to release until further orders.
All right, so that's the big breaking news coming at the top of 1 p.m. Jaskirat Singh Bawa reporting from outside the Supreme Court. The status quo has to be maintained as we speak, and the Tamil Nadu government has been asked to reply to the notice issued by the Supreme Court within 2 weeks. Jaskirat Singh Bawa, do stay with us. Well, the ripple effects of Jayalalitha's decision to release all 7 Rajiv convicts has been intense and far-reaching. Not only did the centre move the Supreme Court against the Tamil Nadu government's decision, the mercy plea supporters of the executed Afzal Guru and Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar, who is still in jail, have slammed Rahul Gandhi's statement. They ask, why didn't the Gandhi sign intervene in these cases if he is against capital punishment? Our reporters join us from Chennai, Delhi, Chandigarh and Srinagar on our top story. Let me go across to T.S. Sudhir. First, T.S., that latest coming out of the capital, the Supreme Court there, putting a stay on Jayalalitha's move. What's been the immediate reaction? What is going to be Jayalalitha's next move, really?
Well, we would hope that Jayalalitha could make some kind of a statement in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Jayalalitha had made this move yesterday, and that was both welcomed and criticized by various quarters, because here in Tamil Nadu it was seen as a political masterstroke coming just 2 months ahead of elections.
Sudhir, a very pertinent point being made there by the Tamil Nadu Government Council. He said this stay is only applicable for the 3 convicts as far as the case in the Supreme Court is concerned. What does that really mean for the other 4 convicts? That means that Jayalalitha could perhaps go ahead and release them.
Well, Jayalalitha government, after the cabinet meeting, had very clearly said on the floor of the assembly that she could release all the 7 people who were involved in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. Now that the Supreme Court has stayed the release of the 3 particular people, the other 4, including Nalini, could actually be released. And we'll have to see what kind of posture the Jayalalitha government takes from now on, because she had said yesterday that she'll wait for 3 days, and whether the central government accepts or rejects, she'll still go ahead and release the convicts. So in that sense, taking on the central government, a very defined attitude of the state government here of in Tamil Nadu against the central government, coming ahead of elections. Really, this kind of political posturing was seen as appealing to the Tamil nationalist cause, which many believe would actually fetch Jayalalitha and her party electoral dividends in Tamil Nadu.
T.S., do stay with me. Well, a lot of reactions also coming in. The Prime Minister has also issued a statement calling the Tamil Nadu government's move legally untenable. He said it should not be proceeded with. Dr. Manmohan Singh says no government or party should be soft on the fight against terrorism, saying the release of the killers of a former Prime Minister of India would be contrary to all principles of justice. Also joining us live on this story is Associate Editor Arthur Khan from New Delhi. Arthur, the first round going to the centre really, but their ammunition, their only real argument would be based on Section 435 of the CRPC really.
Well, that's right. After Rahul Gandhi's emotive speech at Amethi yesterday, all national parties are, there's a consensus among them that this issue should not be politicized. But we know that the Dravidian parties are of the view, they are in favor of the Tamil Nadu government's decision. But really the Prime Minister today has spoken, and he must have spoken after legal advice from the senior most legal officer of the country, that it is this decision of Tamil Nadu government is legally not tenable. He also said that it is an attack. Rajiv Gandhi's assassination was attack on the soul of the nation, and if a decision like this is taken, then it will be against all principles of justice. So really, the point being that though across the party lines there is a view that it should not be politicized, as Sudhir was saying, it will really have political implications, and Jayalalitha on one end has made her point, and the centre now playing their cards and getting the stay.
Well, clearly just the beginning of the face-off between Jayalalitha and the centre. Well, Rahul Gandhi responded to Jayalalitha's move to free his father's assassins, saying there was no hope for the common man if the killers of a Prime Minister could be allowed to go scot-free. But political voices in Srinagar and Chandigarh are now questioning Rahul's silence when Afzal Guru was executed, and as well as the mercy plea of Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar. Manmohan, let me come to you first. It seems that the SGPC is really raising the stakes once again over Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar now.
Well, yes, Vedika, the hardliners in Punjab had always been rooting for release of not only Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar but also Balwant Singh Rajwana and several others who have been convicted of the assassination of former Chief Minister Beyant Singh. And what the Tamil Nadu government has done now has given a shot in the arm to all these hardliners, and also the Shiromani Akali Dal and the SGPC, who will now be rooting for a release of these persons. And in fact, the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhan Committee president has gone on record saying that if this is being done by the Tamil Nadu government, then why not release Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar too?
Yes. Manmohan, do stay with me. Shuja also joining us live from Srinagar. Shuja, it seems that the PDP there raising some tough questions for Rahul Gandhi to answer.
Well, Vedika, not just the PDP, this decision that the Tamil Nadu government has taken yesterday on Rajiv Gandhi's assassins has left a lot of heartburn among people as far as Afzal Guru's case is concerned. And political parties, most political parties, including PDP, are echoing that sentiment. What we are learning here is that most of the political parties are trying to rake this issue up. Like you heard Mehbooba Mufti saying that if Rahul Gandhi had also spoken about Afzal Guru and the way he was hanged without giving him the opportunity of going to Supreme Court and availing the process of law is something that they would have wanted to happen. So clearly, while political parties are trying to rake this issue up, Afzal Guru's issue seems to have come into the foray once again with this decision of Tamil Nadu government.
Of course, and that's exactly why this remains our top focus here on Headlines today throughout the day. T.S. Sudhir, Arthur Khan, Shuja ul Haq and Manman, thank you so much for joining us on that top story.